guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Still your girl Favor, and I'm so happy to have you back here. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming in to see us today. But if you're new here, thank you for coming in. You're in the right place. We're happy to see you. Make sure to click on the subscribe button and join the family, okay? Make sure to like this video, give this video a thumbs up if you find it helpful or good, okay? So today we've come to discuss something very important, and we've got a guest that you ought to have met before now. I'll let you introduce yourself, babe.
Okay, my name is Precious Emelogu, and you know, if you don't know, just go back to some of the old videos, you know.
Oh guys, don't mind him, he can be naughty at times. That's my husband, guys.
Yeah.
And I think this is the first video. We've done loads of maybe playful videos and stuff, but this is like the first video we're having to shoot together, and we're about to give you loads and loads of informations, okay? Just grab your biro, grab your paper, and be ready to take in a lot, okay? So today we've come to discuss about how to migrate to the UK as a student. Have you ever been wondering on how you could migrate as a student, how you could reach out to schools, how you could get that admission, how you could leave that country, okay, to come to the UK to study? We've got all the right information. You're in the right place, okay? So baby, oh, I can't believe I just said so, baby. So baby, go ahead, tell us, what's the first thing someone has to do when they want to migrate to the UK as a student? You know, I came on the basis of nursing, and I have no idea about how to migrate as a student. You know, a lot of people ask me that question. I tell them I have no idea, but I'll get you that information. So baby, just tell us.
Okay. Everyone who has ever come to me to say, how do I do this? I usually start with, the first step is you need to convince yourself that, is this the right step for me? Do I want this education at this point in time? Is this the right thing to do? Is UK the right place? Because there are several countries where someone could go to do this. There's Canada, there's the US, there's Australia, there's Germany. Well, so once you have asked yourself this question, and you are convinced in your mind that this is the right step, then that's where other things come to play. Because if you've not decided, you see yourself tomorrow, you go and check schools in the UK. Next tomorrow you go and check the schools in the US, and when you're actually looking at these different options, yes, yeah, you find that you are unable to take any step again
forward. Yeah.
So that's the first step. So when you have, like I said, you've made up your mind that this is the UK that you want to go to, the next step is to actually start looking for schools that offer the course you want to do. For instance, there are schools that are very good with engineering or the health sciences. There are also schools that are very good with law, international management and business and history, and some of these other ones. So you have to you have to also make that inquiry. So this is where it actually gets a bit confusing for people, because there are several schools, and then you're also looking at things like what is the cost of tuition, for instance, and then it gets a little bit complicated. So after you've done that, and you've decided, okay, let me start looking for schools, that is when you narrow it down to how much is school fees here, how much is initial deposit. That is also another area where people make mistakes, which I would address. What is the cost of living in that city or town? Well, let me assume that you decided you want to attend University of Sunderland, for instance. Then the next step is to approach the school via the school's website. You can also reach out to the school's international team, which you would always see in the school's website. I said you always see because you must see the link to either email them or call them. And then some of the schools also gives you the opportunity to go through their site and explore their brochure. This is this course, this how long it will take, and these are the course modules that you will see if you want to acquire this degree. So when you've gone through all this and it suits what you want, then you will see requirements. Most schools in the UK, for instance, if you want to do a degree, they will require your SSCE, they will require a CV, they will require your passport. It must be 6 months at least. They must be up to 6 months validity. Then they will require a statement of purpose. Some also call it a letter of motivation. Here is where you would say, these are the things I've done,
like a cover letter.
Yeah, and this is what I want to do with this degree. Then if you're applying for say an MSc, you would also need to bring a transcript of your degree, and then also add your degrees in certificate, for instance. And you don't need to do words verification for this, unlike the US or Canada. And you don't need an IELTS, yes, because that's also where people go and waste their money trying to take IELTS exams. You don't need an IELTS to come to the UK, because the UK knows that our official language, for instance, if you're a Nigerian, is English. So they don't expect you to take any test of English exam. So you would gather all of this. And then another thing is that most schools in the UK don't expect your school to send them your transcript directly. You can get this yourself and send it into the school, assuming that your school takes time to send transcripts. So when you gather all this, you would create an account. There are other sites where you could allow them to do this for you at no cost, like UCAS, UKEAS in Nigeria. You could create an account there and be submitting these documents there. Yeah, and there would be like a liaison in between you and the school. But I advise people to do it themselves, because it will give you that experience, and you would also be able to receive your emails as they're coming, because some people when you receive your email via a third party, it might take time, and because you're not the only one using this system which is free, there is a possibility that you see your emails when they are late. So those are the first steps you take.
So are you trying to tell us that for you to migrate to the UK as a student, you don't need IELTS at all, even for your visa application? Nothing.
Not at all.
You don't need IELTS at all. So why didn't this apply to us? We studied in English language, and then why? I don't understand. Guys, help me out here.
No, I think why it is that way for you guys is principally because someone has not demanded it. Because before in the UK you required an IELTS to come, but someone said, why are you doing this, since English is our first language. I think instruction also happened in Canada. So but if you're looking towards the Commonwealth scholarship, for instance, you would require an IELTS, because it's part of the grading system.
Okay.
So there are other scholarships out there, to which I will talk about when we are talking about how to fund your degree here.
Yeah. So let's go ahead. Just tell us everything.
So I think one of the most critical part of the whole application system is when it comes to funding.
Yeah.
And that's where people start to panic.
Yeah.
Because let's face it, it's very expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think that there is a school in the UK where you pay less than £13,000, for instance, for a degree, both a master's or a BSc or a PhD, and this is not small money.
Change.
Yeah, so that's where things actually get interesting. When they're asking you, how did you fund your degree? How can I fund mine? And then I say, there's no way, there's no tailor measured way that I would say do it this way it works. For instance, if you want a scholarship, there is Chevening scholarship, there is the Commonwealth scholarship, there's also the Erasmus. These are three I could just get off my head, and there's AGIP. There's also PTDF. Most of the people don't get scholarships. So how do you fund your scholar? How do you fund your degree?
Yeah.
So I actually ask people, have you thought about looking for loans? Because that is the easiest way. But unlike here, where someone gives you a loan based on your credit score, nobody knows your credit ability there. So it's mostly collateral and stuff. But let's not make any error in it. Banks actually loan people funds to school. Yes, this is something people don't know. Banks loan people to school. You can also use family. And I don't know if I should say this, but the UK immigration system, all they want to know is that the funds are there, and they just need to be in your account for 28 days, and that you have access to that fund. So generally, people apply to schools and they say, okay, in this school the initial deposit is maybe £15. I can pay it. So when I come there, I'll now work every day and then start paying school fee. But it's not like that, because you are legally restricted to 20 hours in a week, and then probably if you are on a holiday, you can work up to 40 hours a week. And there's no math in this world that says that if you pay 1.5, for instance, and come and you have like 12,000 remaining, and that can pay up the 12k in 1 year, for instance, there's no math. But people, especially people who use agents, they say, don't worry, work day, you'll be earning £200 every day, and all this kind of stuff. But obviously it is not that way. So you have to have a plan. I advise people, don't look out for schools that has minimal initial deposit.
Yeah.
Look for schools that has a better spread.
Yeah.
Some schools allow you to pay over 7 months. So for instance, I don't want to start calling the names of school. If you want to know, follow her channel, and then we will keep exploring these schools one after another. But I want to give an example with a school that pays 16k, and their initial deposit is 2k, but they expect you to pay 8,000 before you can register fully to start. That's even while you are back in your home country. So just imagine that you pay 2k and they issue you a cash, and then they expect you to pay the remaining 6k before you could actually register to start your course. And maybe in your mind, when I arrive in the UK, after maybe 2 months I'll pay them, and you arrive and you
don't get any job immediately.
Yes, and then they'll not start to
threaten
you with immigration and stuff, and you even realize that you become depressed.
Yeah.
But there are schools that will charge you 4K as an initial deposit, and that is all they will require from you before you can register. And they give you 7 months or 9 months to pay the rest. So is it not better that you take that? Another option I give people is to look for schools that has January start and that has a 4-month break in between. I can give you the names of such a school, but like I said, subscribe and follow. So
now becoming tricky.
No, because I don't want this to be too long.
Yeah.
So
it's already getting longer than I thought. We've not even started.
Yeah. So such schools that start in January, for instance, they have May to in September. There is no school, and they allow you to work full time.
Yeah.
So let me assume you arrive in January and they give you 9 months or something to pay, or maybe 7 months, that is most common. And you've been writing them for extensions. You missed the first installment, you missed the second installment, you paid the third installment, and maybe they give you a breather, and then you're looking forward to May, for instance. Between May, June, July, if you're someone who is hardworking and very prudent with funds, you can raise enough funds to pay and show seriousness, because that's what I tell people. Most schools understand that, let's face it, that people actually come here, work, and raise some of these funds.
Yeah.
So, but they don't want you to take that for granted.
Yeah.
You should be paying.
You have to show some form of commitment and
Yeah.
seriousness.
Yeah. So that 3-4 months time can give you a lot of leeway to pay up. But the downside of it is that it would extend your degree. Let me assume that you came to do an MSc. It would extend it to 16 months instead of 1 year. So sometimes people just want 1 year. One year. Like I said, you have to actually sit down and look at the pros and the cons and see how it will suit you. Because once you come here, it's a dog fight. It's cat. It's cat. Is it dog? Dog eat dog. So there is nobody pampers your emotions or your feelings, and that's when you start hearing people saying depression, mental health, and all this kind of stuff. So you have to actually be prepared in your mind that this is the way. Like I said from the start, you have to have a plan. This is the way I intend to pay up. This is the way I intend to actually be in school. And that is also where some people miss it, because they assume I'll just come, I'll attend today, I'll work tomorrow. There is a check system where you are either expected to swipe your card at the door every day you come to school, or you are expected to log in somewhere to show active participation in your course. So it's not like you would go away and work somewhere and then you come back tomorrow. So in some schools has visa check systems where you just come and check in from time to time to show that you are actually doing what you said you came to do. And wherever you're found wanting, it's immigration reporting straight, and then you find yourself, welcome to Lagos. So when you get your admission, the next step is to pay your acceptance fee, which is called CAS fee or initial deposit. Once you've done this, the school will issue you with your CAS that you require for your visa application. So the visa application stage is based on a point system. You are required to get 70 points, and I'm saying this because I've actually seen a lot of videos and people do not know about this. This 70 points. 30 points is your ability to speak English, which you get 30 by being
by default
Nigerian, for instance. The other 30 is based on your CAS, which your school has issued
given to you.
The next 10 is is statement of account. So once you have this intact, there is no reason why anybody will deny you a visa, because it's point based. So once you get this, you prepare your visa documents, which is nothing more than what you have already submitted to your school, and then your tuberculosis test, and then the CAS. So you do your visa application either in Lagos or Abuja, and you wait for 3 weeks. That's the maximum it takes.
Maximum or minimum?
The maximum it takes.
Just 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Unless you have any issue with the application, but once it's a straightforward application, the maximum it takes is 3 weeks, and you get your visa. They will give you an initial 3 months time to enter the UK. Once you enter, you identify with the school international or visa team if you want. But if you already know your way, you can enter and start doing your stuff. And you enter and you start in the UK and start your course.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it. Very simple.
Just literally just make up your mind. You want to come to the UK. You start searching for schools in the UK that are good in what you want to study. And then once you've got the school that you're interested in, you reach out to them through their website and maybe through their international team. And then once you've reached out to them, you submit all the requirements that they want from you. And once you've submitted all these requirements, you're going to get the admission if your requirement meets what their standard. Yeah. So one thing I have to say is that statement of purpose is very essential, because people think schools in the UK just share. Yeah, just share admission is not true. I've seen people being rejected over and over again, especially now that it has become a hot cake per se. So you have to actually sell yourself,
putting your best foot forward, so that you get your admission. Because for me, that's the hardest part.
Okay, so once you've submitted all these requirements, and it meets their standards, they give you the admission, and then you have to pay initial deposit, so that they can give you the CAS. And
they will tell you how much you pay. Once you pay,
you already know the fee structure, so you already know what is going to be your initial deposit and how the rest of the fees spread. Yeah. So once you've paid the initial deposit, you're going to get your CAS, and with the CAS you can apply for your visa. And for your visa, you've explained to us that we need like 70 points. And out of these 70 points, 30 is ability to speak English, 30 is your CAS, and 10% is your financial statement. Financial strength. So once you've got it, you get your visa, and then you move to the UK, you start your studies. That's as simple as that. It sounds so easy and so simple. So guys, you see, it's not that difficult. As long as you can write yourself a good statement of purpose, and that will get you into the school. Because once you, even at work, even when we're applying for our jobs, you have to have a very good cover letter. You have to show them that you are the great fit for that job. You have to tell them that you are that piece they are looking for to fit into that position or that slot that is left. So once you have a good cover letter or statement of purpose, like he stated, no school will reject you. Trust me, no school will reject you. And like he said, once you've got a good financial strength, even if you've taken a loan, or maybe your father is sponsoring you, or family is sponsoring you, or an uncle or relative, or you are sponsoring yourself, you've got your 10 points, and then you've got up to 70 points, and that's it. You've got your visa. Nothing should.
Nobody wants to know if you have a plan to go back after you've studied, or unlike the US or the Canada or Australia.
You have to show that you have a tie back home to take you back for those ones.
You really don't need that in the UK. That's my point.
Yeah, in the UK, you don't have to prove that you have a tie back home, that you will go back. You don't have to prove to them that you'll go back when you're done. No. It's alright. I hope everyone got whatever it is they were looking to get from this video. Okay, if you have any more questions, you can ask me in the comment section. Okay, I live with him. He's at home. I'll drag him to answer your questions. Okay, so feel free to ask us any questions you have. any directions you want. He does consultations as well for students.
And I write very, very good.
Yes, he does consultations as well for students who are looking to migrate. As a student, you want guidance step by step from the beginning to the end. He's the man for you. Reach out to us as well. Mind you, it's not free of charge, but then it's quite affordable. It's something that you can just look away and do for better guidance, so that you don't just go in blindly and then waste your time and then come back in regrets.
And then you get a visa rejection, because I advise people to never get a visa rejection in your passport. Yeah, and everyone that I know that he has helped, nobody has ever gotten any rejections. Okay, so trust me when I say that he's very good at what he does. Okay, make sure to like this video, share it with anyone you think might need any information on this video. Share the link, guys. Share the link, like it, subscribe to our channel. If you have any questions, we'll be there in the comment section to answer. We love you so much, and we'll see you in our next video. You want to say something else? Yeah, so I want to say that if it's okay with you, based on feedback you get, I'm always willing to do more videos to give people guidance.
Yeah, guys, you just heard him. If you have any more questions, if there's any other video you want him to talk about, like any topic you want him to talk about, like how to select schools, or maybe schools you can select for so and so courses, like any topic you want him to talk about, he has already said it out there in the public that he's willing and he's going to do the videos for you to guide you and direct you and blah 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 blah. So just reach out to us in the comment section, guys. We love you, and we'll see you in our next video. Bye bye.